Okay, so let me share my entire screen. All right, so this is what I was showing you. So you can come over to get your data. I think this drop down is now showing for the other for this .csv file. Okay, mail that. So this is it. I think it will open up in Power Query. All right.
Yeah, that's how it opened.
Of course. So no need to transform your data. Just load it directly. When you load it directly, it will open it. See under my data pane here, this data side where my mouse is, it will show up like this in sales.
Yeah.
Okay, you get, so it will show up like this. So just load it directly.
Okay. I'm updating my Power BI now. Then I'll
All right,
try
so
the other file again.
okay, it's fine, it's fine. All right, so this is also, if you look at it now, it's creating connection in model. All right, and this is just how you load it. So I said I have a separate stat schema and I have a sales table. And the purpose of that, just to reiterate again, the purpose of that is that some of the examples I'll be giving, they are peculiar to each table, the stat schema and then the sales table, just for the purpose of this class. And so, okay, you can see that as loaded, it's showing sales too. All right, but I'll get, I think I'll get rid of it later. Well, let's just wait for the class. All right, I think I need to. Okay, so let's progress with what we have today. All right, so I want to continue with the filter. I think so. I needed a response because some of us have not fully, grasped what I've been teaching, and I honestly I can't proceed further without having at least a level of us get that understanding. So basically, let me walk through the note one of the notes. Okay, so okay, all right. So I believe we can see my screen. Right. So I started the class with understanding what DAX is all about, and then the key concept in DAX. The two things that are very, very fundamental that you need to know in DAX is how DAX is evaluated. All right. So this is just a brief note. I think this note is there already on the Google Drive. Okay. So I talked about the row context and then filter context. All right. So this is just a definition. In row context, we take into account specific rows that have been filtered in DAX expression. This context only performs the operation on the current row. I did an example of that in the first class, and something like this. Okay, I just want to gloss over it. So, but this is where my point is for today. Okay, so because I'm currently working on the filter functions, and I want us to understand it. So I said the filter context. In filter context, a set of filters can be applied on the data model, and that will determine the calculations that get through for your visuals. All right. So the key word here is for the visuals. I'll show you examples now. I just want to be just glossing over this. And these are, I don't know if most of us have gone through this, the difference between calculated measure and then calculated column. Calculated measure summarizes data into single value. If you observe most of the calculated measures we have on our cards that just summarize into a single value, unlike the calculated column, where it expands the table by creating a new column. I showed us how we calculated profits for each rows in our data set in the fact table, right? So this is my main point for today. The difference between a calculated measure and a calculated row is that filters can be applied for measures, all right, while filtering can't be applied for calculated measures. Okay, so just have a mental note for this now. It is evaluated in a filter context. It is evaluated based on a row context. Okay, and whenever a row context exists, the filter context in that row is deactivated. I'll show you. All of these are just theory. All right, let me go over to um, PowerBI. All right. So just have a mental note there. Okay, okay. Beverly, please go ahead.
Good evening, sir. Just a question. Are we revising all that we've learned?
No, we're not revising. The last class we had an interruption, and I'm continuing from where I stopped. But then, from our response, I feel most of us have not really grasped what the filtering is all about. Filter context, row context. This has to be understood. So I'm just more like, yeah, you can say revising, but then I'm trying to progress forward by laying a good understanding or foundation for us.
Okay.
All right. So back to so remember the first time we calculated the revenue, all right? And I used the calculate function. So this is it now. Let me copy this. Let me copy this visual and put it here. Okay. I'll come here and name this, let's say filter continued. All right. So can apply some just basic effect here. Show shadow, all right. So this is the revenue. So now I want to show you how we're working on the calculate function. It's a filter function, all right. We're still in the filter function. I hope I'm able to cover a lot today. So I want to display this revenue now in a table, and I want to show you how it's applied. So I come to the visuals here and I click on table. Okay. I come to my facts table, all right, and go look for revenue. I put it here. Okay. Let me apply some visuals here also. just for the appearance and make it pop out. Okay, so this is my revenue. All right. So now, let's say we want to show our, first of all, I will start. So this is where filter function begins now. So what is a filter context? I already showed us in the note there. So filters, these are filters, automatic filters that are applied through active relationship in our data model. Okay, the automatic filters that are applied through active relationship in our data model. What is a measure? See a measure here. See this? I just for my measure, I just calculated for my measure here now. Okay, this is a measure, and this is what it's giving me. So a measure is it's or this revenue now. I can see this revenue now is the total amount from the fact table within a current filter context. All right, so it's displaying on a card. Now, say for example, I want to add a filter on a category now, on a category, a filter on the category of sales. Remember our facts table. Remember our fact this, if you go to our product table now, and I come over to my display, my table, you can see all the products here. So these are products, all right, and we have categories. Just for 5 categories: accessories, mixed, rural, urban, and youth. Okay. So look at something now. Take a look. If I come to my product table now and put category in here, all right. Let me remove this. Remember, it was just total revenue that is here, just $65 million dollars here. Okay. So if I put my category, if I bring category, and let me realign this. All right. What do we observe? Anyone want to give it a try? What do you think has just happened? Okay, let me give Chiamaka to speak. Go ahead, please.
Okay, from what I observed there, I see that each category has its revenue, shows its revenue it's generated, and then it's being summed up at the end. That's giving us the total revenue.
Okay,
Thank you.
okay. Yeah, you're welcome. Anyone wants to talk again? Beverly.
Yeah, it's basically the same thing. You can see the revenue each
Okay.
category generated. You can see that accessory generated with something. I
It's
think that's
okay.
the
And
highest. Okay.
okay, okay. So now look at it now. So you see how it's how do you think Power BI knows what to do? Immediately I compared or I put the category into the revenue. It was showing 65.55 million as revenue, but then as I put the category of the product, this is what it's showing. Filtering is taking place. It has gone to calculate all the revenue for each product. All right, from accessories down to youth. So now, when you add a filter, all right, to a product or if you add a filter to a visual or to any table or product category or anything on your card here or your total revenue, as this case may be, you understand? It means you are narrowing down the result. You are narrowing down the total revenue shown here to show only the revenue for specific, types of or specific category, as the case may be here, instead of all products combined together or category. It helps you focus on how different product category contribute to the overall revenue. All right, so let me show you how this is done now. Follow through, because I want us to understand this thing. If not, it might be challenging And don't worry if you're not getting it at the first instance. It's normal, okay? To take you time with practice too, and maybe research more research on it. So I'll come to my model view. All right. What's happening? Okay. So remember, I took my where did I take my category from? Where did I take my category from? Which table did I take my category from and put in the card? Which of the tables? Anybody will answer. Did you just see what I did? Chiamaka, go ahead.
Product.
From the product category, from the product table, right? Okay. So that means, and where did I calculate my revenue from? Anyone wants to try? Where did I calculate my revenue from? Which of the table was my revenue calculated from? Okay. Because of time, it was calculated from the facts table. Okay, I've already mentioned the answer already. Okay, don't worry. Let me try. And I want us to really a bit a bit fast. So I want to cover as much as I can. All right. So let me show you something now. So I'm having an interaction between my product table here. Let me close this. So I'm having an interaction between my product table here and my facts table. Okay. And the active relationship between my product table and my fact table is a one-to-many relationship. So remember, Mr. Daniel taught us about relationship and data modeling. All right. So maybe later I'll show us how to, maybe because I think some of us are still having issues with understanding data modeling. But I think probably as we move on, we'll get to understand it. And if I have time, I could just explain again. So on my relationship here, it's a one-to-many relationship. If you see this one here, it means that it's one. If you come over here and see this star-like shape or figure, it shows that it's a remaining side of relationship. And on my fact table, okay, my fact table contains all the details. My dimension table is descriptive. It describes my data. All right. So the relationship existing between my product table and my fact table is that it's the product ID. So if I click here, you see the highlights, product ID showing here, and then product ID. Okay. So my product table contains unique values. So if, say, Beverly appears here in my fact table or my sales table, for example, here like 15 times because she ordered from, say, an e-commerce company online, maybe like 20 times in 2022, it will appear here 22 times. But then this my product table, it has to be unique. So Beverly will appear here just once. All right. And I'm connecting, and all of them have their product unique ID, or it's called what's the word now? Key, forgetting the primary key and then the foreign key. Okay. So the reason why this is filtering is because there's an automatic filtering going on behind this relationship. Now take a look. If I should disable this relationship, if I delete this relationship between my product table and my fact table, okay, do you want to delete this table relationship visuals using data from? Yes, I want it to be broken. If I break it, okay. If I break it, and let's check what will happen now. What can you see? My revenue. So you can see it's showing, it's not, filtering is not taking place. Are we together? Any question?
No, sir.
Okay,
No,
we're together,
sir.
right? Okay, do we understand up to this point?
Yes, sir.
All right, all right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, I need our response so that it will encourage me at least. Okay, so moving forward. So you see that filter, if I say filtration, is it even correct? So filtering is not taking place, okay? It's showing the total revenue across because there's no active relationship. All right. The relationship, it tells Power BI. So what it tells Power BI is that let me go to my table. and go to my facts table. All right. So this is the product. That's my product ID. Yes, this is the product ID now. Okay. This is the product ID. All right. So one person owns this. What this means is that one person owns this product ID 449, 449, 449, 449, 449, 449, down 449, 449. It could be Ornella, it could be Chiamaka that owns this, product ID. But then she has made a lot of transactions across respective dates. You can see 2012, 2013, 2013, 2013, 14, 12. You get, so these are multiple occurrences. So now what the filter function does is that, or what this the filtering happening here is that when I put my category, okay, it goes to the data model, it goes to the facts table, all right, and it filters for each unique product ID. Remember, using this product key, look at it now, using these unique product keys, all the product ID here are unique because this is a product table. Okay, I think we saw 449 or be something. See 449. Okay, let me. So you see 449 here. And if you come here, 449 just appearing once. And this could be probably Chiamaka or Inspire. This could be one of them just making this transaction, just one, it's occurring one. But if I come to the facts table, you can see 449 appearing multiple times. Okay. So this is a denormalized table. All right. Why all of these geography, product, customer, calendar, date, they are normalized table. All right. So it's a flat one. This is just a flat table. The fact table sales contains metrics, numbers, and everything. And then the dimension table helps to describe our data. So I'll go back to my product and take off this filter here. Exactly. See what filter is doing now. Okay. Good point to drive home. Look at what filter is doing. It has filtered for just product ID. Okay. So what in this card visual here now, when it was filtering for accessories or mix, this is what it did. It came over. Let me select this. Okay, it came over here and just selected for accessories. Okay, combined. So what it did is that it combined all the accessories here and all their unit price. Okay, and came here to sum it up for just accessories alone. So that's what the filter is doing. Okay, do we understand up to this point? Okay, I'm trying to take my time to lay this foundation, if not to be a bit funny while progressing. All right, so I'll go back now to connect my relationships. Okay, so I go to my table. Sorry, I go to my, let me get rid of this. Okay, select all. Okay, so I'll go to my relationship now and okay, I hope we know why we're connecting. I'm just trying to recap some things Mr. Daniel taught us. So I hope you know why I'm connecting product ID to product ID here, because these are the two occurrences, that are unique within this table. So I have to, so anytime it picks one, like that 449, it goes to this fact table and accumulate all the 449 product ID and then sums it for us. So that's the reason I'm using product ID. So I'll create my relationship. Okay, I create my relationship back to my product ID. Oh, so let's go back to our report view and you see what has just happened. Are we together? Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so it has filtered it now. So this is the filtering happening. Okay. So now let me show you something. So now this filter, let me show you something. So this filter, please pay attention. So this filter, okay, It's inside, this filter is inside it's inside your model now. This field, what we just did now when we put category for the revenue. Okay. So this is it now. Let me go over here now. So you see our filter pane here. Okay, we have filters that are on this visual category and revenue. So let's come over here. All right. I want to filter for, what do I want to filter for now? Let's say we want to filter for products now. Okay. I go to my product table. This is my product table. Where is my product? You see product here. Okay, so I bring product into this where you are seeing add data fields here. This is my filter. So I put product into it. Okay, so if I go to my product table, just a way of still helping us familiarize with the data set. All right, so let me go to my product. So the products they're quite funny anyway. Open. Should be my product now. Where am I? Okay, sorry, I'm on my product table. Okay, so if you look at the product, let's filter for the product now. So you see all the products. These are just the products here. Okay, so these are just the names of the product. Maximus RP. These are model numbers. All right, so all of these are the products. So let's go back to the card report view. And now, if I look at it now, I've not selected anything. Let me select all now. Okay, and just what's going to happen. If I select for this, if I select for Maximus RP01, take a look at the visuals now and see what will happen. I select for this. Did you observe the change? If I select for Maximus RP02, look at the cards. There's a change. Okay. If I begin to select, unselect, begin to select, it's changing. It's changing, right? All right. So let me select all now and let me just select one. Okay, it has changed. Okay. So the total here is 65547. Unlike here, 6555. All right. So see something now. Let me add. Let me see. Let's add the year. Okay, I'll go to my table. Okay, I go to my table. Okay, so my year is showing over here. So what I come to do here is I click on basic filter. I want to see just the years. Okay, so if I select all, and I just look at the card now, this card for this display, and see what will happen. So if I check on 2011, you see it will change 549. Okay, it's changing. If I add 2012, okay, now let me explain something here. I'm trying to drive a point home. Follow me, please. So to know what is applying it or what is being the filter that's been applied to this card here, okay, is you come over here to this filter funnel here, this sign, say filters and sliders affecting this visual. To take a look, can you see the drop down where the product is highlighted in bold letters and here highlighted in bold letters? Can we see it? Okay, great. Because I'm not sharing my full screen. I'm just sharing a particular window. I want to be sure. Sometimes it limits you from sharing everything. Okay, so it's saying, I remember I added my product and the year. So it's saying what is applying to this filter now, to this card, is that when you read through the word, it's not Maximus RP. Remember, this is a product name, and yeah, it's not 2011 or 2012. What is saying that the filter that is applied to this is filter context to the filter that is applied to this card is not Maximus, neither is it this. So that means when you say it's not 2011 or 2012, it means it's every other thing aside or except 2011 and 2012. So look at I omitted 2011 and 2012. That means what is being filtered here is for only the years from 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17 down. And what is being applied here for the product is not Maximus. So if I go here, it's not Maximus RPO1. So if I come here, what is the sales that is being filtered is just for Maximus RPO2 down to all the product UC, UE, and the model numbers. That is what is applied here. So let me show you the implication of this before I ask for any question. So this filter that is here, okay, product and year. Remember, we are working on a measure, just this revenue. Remember, I said the calculated measure evaluates the DAX function for measures is evaluated based on a filter context. Go back and read those notes. While the calculated column is evaluated based on row context, row by row, an iteration process. All right, unlike the calculated measure, which is PowerBI evaluates by filter context. I'm just showing you now. So what this means is that this is only showing for filters that have been applied outside of the visual. Outside of this visual. Okay. Hold on. Maybe I know there might be questions, but hold on. Let me show you something now. So this filter, product and year, these are filters that I brought outside from this visual. But for the category here, okay, this is a different filter. It's an inner filter that is inside the table visualization. This product here, this category here, all of these categories, it's inside the table. I just brought these filters, this one, product and year, outside. So what this number means now, urban equals 36 million. What it means is that, so there are several filters that are applied to this. What it means is that this is the total revenue. Follow me. This is the total revenue for all the products here. All the products aside Maximus RPO1. This 36, so it has gone, remember, it has gone to the fact table and accumulated and summed up all the revenue. For all the times that Maximus RPO2 was bought, 01, 00, 01, UCO2. For year. I think I've spoken too much. I think I've spoken too much. Okay. So this is what this value here means. Now, 36057, this is the value here. Okay, take note of it, 36057. Now, let me include 2012. It has changed from urban. It has changed. Urban has changed to 45. If I remove 2012, 36. So that means these are the sales. I just included the sales that the categories of product that was bought within the urban category for the year 2012. All right, let me stop here. Do we have any questions? Do we understand up to this point? Is it confusing? We spend most of our time writing DAX. All right, so visualizations, Power BI, although Power BI is a visualization tool, of course, you get to do great visuals and dashboards, right? But basically, the main cocoa here, the bone, is DAX. You begin to write DAX functions. So it's very important that you understand what's happening. So that we just, because I see a lot of visuals out there, and then truly, what are we actually doing? Like, are we actually driving informed decisions that we all put on our resume, on our LinkedIn profiles? Like, do we know what we're doing? Do you get? So it's very, very important that you get the basics very well. Master the tool. There's one thing that Mr. Daniel used to say. I think I forgot him. Something tools. The tool. I forgot how he says it. Well, but what it meant is that you should be able to know how to make use of your tools. Power BI. When you hold Power BI, you can perform, real calculations. It is the man that makes the tool, yes, not the tool that makes the man. I just remembered something. Yeah, it's the man that makes the tool. Mr. Daniel used to say that a lot. The man that makes the tool. All right. So does anyone have understand up to this point? You see how DAX is really taking our time. I've not even touched filter functions that I intended to touch. I want us to understand this. All right. Please go ahead, Joe. Go ahead.
Filter the the filter is that spot is just always there. It's not there because of either the category or unit columns that you added.
Sorry, I
This
didn't get your question.
this part under
Can you go over
filters
it?
that has this part that has filters that has basic filtering,
This one, this one,
where you picked the
this one
2012
here, this one.
and
Okay. Yes, go ahead.
I said, is it always there, or is it because you picked? Yes, whether was it because you picked
Added it.
category
I added it.
and unit price? Okay, you added. Please, where did you add it from?
I'm not getting the question. Oh. Okay, let me get rid of it. Let me get rid of it. So this is what I did. I came over to my dictate. I wanted to check the revenue by year. So you can see check revenue by category, check revenue by. Please, can you mute your mic? All right, thank you. So we can say check revenue by year, check revenue by category. I'm just checking my revenue by category now. So I want to check revenue by year. Okay, I want to check revenue by so and so. So I came here to my date table and I checked it by year. I came to put it, it's a filter. So I came to put in the filter pane here and I changed it to from advanced filtering to basic. Okay, does that answer your question? Okay, someone is asking on the group, on the chat box, how did I calculate my, please, can you show me the DAX function you wrote using the calculate function? Okay. Where did I write that function again? Revenue. Let me go to my facts table. So everybody is quiet. I hope you understand, though. I hope you understand because I'm progressing. It's brace up for impact. I hope you understand. Please don't keep mute if you don't understand. All right. Revenue. What was that revenue I wrote? Okay, so I've written different measures here. But for this revenue, I already calculated this revenue like the last class, so it has been in my model. I used for the revenue, I think I used the some X function, aggregate function. This is for the revenue here, if you can see it. So some X, and I calculated all my sales and gave me this revenue at 65.55. Okay, I think I wrote some calculate function here. Urban revenue. Okay, so this is a calculate function. What I was trying to show us in the last class. Calculate. So this is a filter function. Okay, so let me progress. So this is it. This is the calculate function. I will still write more calculate function as we progress today. All right. So this is for trying to lay the foundation on how filter is being applied. Okay, on how filter is being applied. So I was trying to explain the all function the last time. The next function I want to take us to is from, thank you, from where is my So these are some of the functions. Okay, if you've gone through this, although we've not touched most of them, I'm just trying to touch the very basic one that you need, because as we progress, you need to write some of them. All right, so these are the filter functions. So you can, this is just a note I gave, calculate. So I want us to work on the all function. Okay, it returns all the rows in a table or all the values in a column, ignoring any filters that might have been applied to work on some of these functions. Okay, so let's go back to, okay. All right, so let's make use of the all function now. For example, so this is I want you to understand the syntax. This is how we're going to do it. So now we have the total revenue. Let me check this off. Yeah. Okay. So we have the total revenue, all right, and we've seen how the function has been able to calculate function has been able to help us filter it based on categories. Now, say for example, we want to have a view of how our individual category is, all right, to the entire sales. This is what we're going to do. So this is a scenario, all right. So as I'm teaching, I'm just giving you scenarios, real world cases and examples. So this is how you apply it. Now, using the all function, I will show you what the syntax of all function is and how it's been applied. So let's say I come over to my facts table. Okay, let me check here, see what we did here. Let me continue from where. Okay. So this is the scenario here. I want to show you how the all function is applied. I come over here. The same thing I did in the last class. I create a new measure. Okay, I want to know how I want to compare rural to the entire revenue. So I come here and say rural. What will I name this now? Say rural. I hope I don't have any other rural. Okay. So use the calculate. Now see the function now. Follow through. So it says the calculate function evaluates an expression in a context modified by filters. All right. So what this means is that there is an already existing filter context through the active relationship. Now I want to see how my rural. Okay, I want to apply filter to rural now. Only rural out of these many categories, there's sales, and so this is how we write it. So we say the expression we're going to use. Remember, I said I'm trying to use the definition in the notes now. A measure, all right, is evaluated based on a filter context. So now we are applying a filter on our measure revenue. So this is our expression. Revenue. Okay, so this is the measure. When you see this calculator sign here, is the measure. So I click on measure. This is the expression. Okay. And I come here. So my filter now is going to be the revenue for just the rural category. So the rural category is from the fact table, okay? And I go to my category, okay, equals to rural. And I click on enter. Okay, so I've created it somewhere here. So I can bring a card here. Okay, so you see 6.5K. It's also showing here 6.5. Let me add some. $6.5K. So let's bring it into here. Where's my revenue again? All right, let me show you the all function. This is it now. So this is what this is. Let me go back to my rural again.
Yes, sir. All right. I just want to check that.
Rural, okay. If I put it in my visual now, you see it didn't bring out for any other category. If I put in my visual, only for this that it brought out. Okay, only for this that it brought out. But see something with the all function. Let me clear this. If I put my all function here, look at the function here. Okay, now see this is the syntax I'm interested in to learn. So look at the all function. The all is a filter. It says it returns all the rows in a table. Okay, if you see the argument here is a table name or a column name. Okay, a table name or a column name. It returns all the rows in a table or all the values in a column, ignoring any filters that might have been applied. Ignoring any filters that have been applied. Take note of the word now. I want us to understand it. Ignoring any filters that have been applied. The filters that are applied in this table, okay, is the category, the filter that is there. But now it returns all the value, ignoring any filter. Let me close it and show you how it is. Okay, this is it now. I think I should be creating this in a different so that would appreciate it better. Let me name this all. I'm trying to do the all function. Okay, I think I'll name this all. Okay, and let me copy this code here. Copy and name a different measure. X paste. Put this as rural. Okay, and remove this. Just put category. No products. The product category. Okay, applying the filter. Okay, So I come here and get rid of this and put this. Okay, so we are good. All right, so remember the let's check the so the all function. This is what it does. The all function, okay, it what was the definition again? It ignores all the filters, all right, and returns all the values in a column. The all function. This is what it does. That's the all function. It returns all the values in a column on the filters that ignoring the filters that have been applied. Remember, I said there are different filters here. I showed you how. Where are my filters just now? Okay, here. Okay, yes, I showed you how these are filters outside the visuals, and this is a filter within the table. So what the all function just did now is that it ignored all the filters here and returned the same value. But imagine if you want to compare the mixed category, all right, with the accessory and maybe with the rural or the urban. If I bring my mix here, if I bring my rural here rather, this is just a way of visualizing. No. Okay, this is not highlighted. If I bring the rural here, do you understand what just happened? Let me explain what happened here. This is where I didn't put all function here. Okay, I didn't put all function here. So this is a filter context. This is a filter for just the product category equals rural. So when it was being evaluated, all right, it ignored all the remaining filters here from this category, okay, and just returned for the rural urban category, the rural category rather, for it. So 6.5. But for the all category, category, you know, it ignores all the filters and returns all the categories that have been calculated for this revenue. We are evaluating the revenue measure. Do we understand? I was seeing a thumbs down. Let me explain. Let me go over it. I just want us to understand the syntax. Okay. Let me try and explain this thing very well. I think it's going to be a bit tricky anyway. Let me see how I could drive the point home. Okay, so the scenario here is that we want to compare rural category, you know, with urban. Rural category with urban. So if you look at the name of this column here is rural, and if you look at the name of this column here is all, we're using the all filter function here. Okay, so but the scenario now is to compare the categories, and we used rural as our choice. So what is happening here? What we're supposed to be expecting here is that why is rural? Okay, yes, exactly. Let me okay. I think I've gotten it now. Let me get rid of the all function. Okay, so now I said we want to compare rural with the remaining categories. Now the question is, I use this function, the calculate, I'm evaluating this measure here. Now, why is it showing me, why is it having duplicate values across the categories? I'm just calculating for rural, okay? I'm calculating for, so I'm supposed to see 6.5K here. Just the way 6.5K appears here. I'm supposed to see 6.5K here alone in rural, this place. I'm not supposed to see 6.5K here because what is showing me is that accessory is equal to 6.5K for rural, 6.5, 6.5, 6.5. What is happening here now? The filter context here is that a filter is applied from outside this table. Remember, I tried to explain here. Look at it now. This is the filter that is being applied here. Rural. Okay? It's applied here, but then it is not ignoring the remaining filters for this category. That's what it means now. I'm supposed to see rural appearing only for here. But why is it appearing in mix and accessories? It is because the filter context here, okay, is not being applied. It's ignoring the remaining filter context that is in this category. This is what I want. Let me show you what I'm trying to evaluate here. It's a bit tricky. Just follow me. Let me create a new measure here. So we use the calculate function. Okay. Where is the calculate function? So the expression is our revenue. Okay, not total revenue. So this is it. So there's a filter called keep filters. Okay. Let me click on keep filters. Now see, it changes the calculate and calculate table function, filtering semantics. It changes it. Now watch. The expression we want to use is for the product category from the product table. We just want to compare mix or rural category to the remaining categories. Product category equals mix. Am I calling mix rural? I didn't close my. Please hold on. I want to turn on the light. Yeah. All right. Have you seen the difference? Any question? Ask your question. Let me see how I could explain it better. Ask your questions. Please ask your questions. If I keep on explaining, I might not know where we're not getting it because it's a bit. You just have to take time to understand it. Questions, please. I need questions so that I could help our understanding. Nobody's asking any question. That means I want to assume we understand it too. Okay. Who is raising up our hands?
Sister, can you
Okay. Yeah. Saru, please go ahead.
sister, can we see the code you need to do the rural or normal thing?
Okay. Any other person?
The one above.
Favor, go ahead, please.
Okay, sir. I want to know the keep filters. What exactly does it do?
Okay. Any other question? No other question. Okay. Okay. So the keep filters, all right. Remember, this is the. Let me check for what I wrote in rural. All right. So let me explain this. So I just left the calculate function, so I was going to the all function and then the keep filters. Now, if you look at this visual here, the all function is the same value with the revenue. All right. And this is it. I'll try to show you what the option does. So if I go over the option, let's do like this. Now see the all function. It says it returns all the rows in a table or the values in a column, ignoring any filters that might have been applied. Now, the current filters that are applied within this table, okay, it said it ignores, so take note of those two words, it ignores, sorry, it returns rather all the rows in a table. And which table am I referring to here? Product table, and this is my category column, all right? So it returns all the rows and ignores any filters that might have been applied. So there are two keywords there. It returns all the rows and ignores. So let me click on OK. So the reason why we're having the same value is because the reason why we're having this value exactly. I think there was even a mistake. Okay, I must have selected the wrong column name. No wonder. Okay. I see where the problem is. So it returns all the values in a row and ignores the filter. Remember from the very beginning of this class, remember that when I put the category against the revenue, immediately because of our active relationship rather within the data model, Power BI already automatically filtered it for each category. Accessories equals 5.9, mix equals 3.8, rural 6.5K, urban 54.4, youth 1.2. So this is what happened. So this is the filter. There's a filter that is going on here now. But the all function, remember, it returns all the value and ignores the filters. It returns, that's why you are seeing everything is here. Okay, I think, okay, it might look vague, but let me show you how it's applied in a real case, in real world scenario. Like what are we using the all function for? Let me get rid of rural from this table. Let me get rid of rural again. It should go. So this is it. So there's no filtering happening here. Remember. Okay, let me even, okay, beautiful. To drive my point home, let me get rid of these two. So what we have here is this. Remember when I came to my model view, I broke this relationship. Delete. Yes. I want to touch other functions. Okay, so let's go to my report view. See, can you see everything is not, there's no filtering going on. It's returning there's no filtering going on, but it's returning all the values. It's returning everything, like nothing is being filtered. So when you see something like this, either shows you that your data model, there's something wrong with your relationship. This is what it means. There's something wrong with your relationship. This is what it means. So, but the all function is imitating this, just that there's nothing wrong with the relationship. If I go back to my model view and then connect my product ID together to the fact table, establish a one-to-many relationship, I come over to my table view, it filters automatically. So there's an automatic filtering going on. So that all function here, see the all function now. Remember I said it returns all the rows and ignores filter. So the use case for this, it doesn't look as if there's any user bill, because why is it returning? The use case is when you put it here, it's just for you to see how, like, compare your individual categories to the overall. So we just see, okay, this mix is 3.8 compared to 65. So it's just a function that most people don't even use most of the time, but in a real world scenario, we just want to see all our revenue compared against the individual categories. So this is the all function. And the argument is the argument rather is a table name or a column name. So this is the table name, this is my table name product, and there's a column name category. So it just returns it. So there's no filtering going on here. Does it make sense? Please, does it make sense? Does it make sense to us? Okay. Any other question? Chiamaka, I'm thinking about it. Don't worry. Go over the video again. You can do it. You can do your research too. All right. I'm just showing that it's a filter context we're working with. All functions, it returns all the value. That's what it did. It calculated all the revenue, and it's returning it for individual. It's ignoring the filter. There's a filter going on here. That's why we can see individual revenue for the categories. But for the all function, no filtering happening. So this is what it does. All right. So because of time, I want to really touch. DAX is very, very maybe because it's our first time learning it. So this is the all function. Okay. This is the all function. So now let's see. There's another function. Let's see the all selected function. Okay, it's on the material I shared, the all selected function. So I just come over here to change it to all. Okay, let me still get rid of this. The all selected function. So there's a function called all selected. So let's see the syntax. All selected. Let me just put what I want to do first, because this thing is covering what I want to show you. Okay, so this is the all selected now. Are we together? Okoye, please go ahead with your question.
Okay, sir. Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Sir, please, I don't mean to draw you back, but my question is on the all function. Like, I wanted to ask, since you said the all functions returns all the rows in a
And
column or values in a column, ignoring the filters. Like, I wanted to ask now, in what context are we supposed to use it? My reasons for my question is this: if it ignores the filters, won't it affect our analysis? Because maybe the filters we applied was maybe, for example, the filters, maybe we applied it during cleaning of the data sets. So when we now use the all functions and it now ignores all these filters, like won't it affect the analysis we are doing? That's my question, sir.
Okay. You finally took me back. Okay. All right, it's fine. It's fine. Beautiful question. So I was saying the all function may not make sense until it is put into context, like a real world scenario. What are okay, the all function. So how is it being applied? All right. So let me just click here and cover this. All right. So the all function, I just want you to understand the concept. The reason I'm showing the all function because I want you to understand the concept. I think I need to learn how to drive a lot of points or explain something in few words. All right, the all function, okay. I love the definition it gave me. That means you are following. It returns all the values. And which when you say returns all the value, which value is the revenue? It's calculating all the revenue for all the column. So it returns everything and ignores the filter. It ignores the filter that exists. And the filter that exists, okay, let me show you now. The filter that exists is, where's the all function again? The rural or, hey, I've already changed it to, I would have written another measure. Let me just change it here. Okay, the filter that exists here. What's happening? Oh. Okay, I use the measure instead of the function. So I said, the use case it should show us is to show us the total, we're just trying to, this is a visual, we're trying to see it, is to show us individual categories against the total revenue. That's the all function. This is the use case, if you care to know. This is the use case, if you care to know. Okay. Hold on, please. Sorry, I got interrupted. I was trying to attend to something. So I was saying before, I was saying that the all function, all right, it overrides the filter context that exists. And the filter context that exists in this case, there's a filter context existing on this revenue, because this is our expression. All right. So there's a filter context already existing, which is this category I said. So the all function overrides the filter context within the current filter context, which is this category that I applied to the sales revenue at first, and that's why it is it has given us the individual revenue. So we're replacing it. We're replacing it with the all function. It ignores it. It ignores this filter context here, all right, and returns. What's the definition again? It returns all the values and ignores it. Yes, so that's the all function. So the use case is to just have a visual representation of what our accessory is to the total. That's just the use case, one of the use cases. So it's not really a thing to really, should I say, disturb yourself with. You get, this is just the use case. All right, so Okoye, go ahead, because I want us to.
No, I'm done, sir. You've answered my question, sir.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
I forgot to bring down my hand. Yes, thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Even if you don't understand it, go over again. Just with time. All right. You don't. It's just normal. That's life. Sometimes you don't understand that first time. You get it over again. I didn't get to understand it at once. All right.
But I've gotten it, sir.
All right. Thank you. I want us to cover a lot. We're a bit behind from the functions, but I just have to take most of the questions. That's why I'm here. So I was saying the all selected. Let me put another function. Let me copy this and write a new DAX measure. Come to my fact table. Hey, what I intended to touch today. I didn't know DAX would take us this long. Let me paste it here. I'll change this to all selected. When you are replicating this on your Power BI, just follow through. All right. So the all selected. Let's see what the all selected does. I have to touch these things so that we understand. All selected. Okay. So the all selected. Okay. And products cut. Product category. Okay, so now see the all selected. So trying to understand the basic thing is to understand what the function does, the argument or the parameter, what it does, how to apply. Those are the three things. Understand the function, what it does, what the parameters. You get it. They're very basic. But if you omit it, it will be challenging forward. So returns all the rows in a table. So or all the values in a column, ignoring any filters that might have been applied inside the query, but keeping filters that come from outside. Okay, so the difference between the all selected and the all function is that the all function returns all the rows in a table and values. It was still ignoring all the filters that might have been applied. But the underlying difference here is that while this one is returning all the rows in the table, all the values in a column, while ignoring all the filters that might be applied inside the query, comma, the difference is that it keeps filter that comes from outside. Okay, let's check something now. It keeps filter that comes from outside. Just know the difference. Know the difference. It returns all the rows values, ignores the current filter, but keeps filters that come from outside. This is what I was trying to explain when I said when I came here. Remember, I was saying that this is a filter applied from outside in the very beginning of the class. Okay, follow me, please. So let's bring the all selected. Let's bring the all selected into my visuals now. Okay. Okay, so the all selected. Okay, I was trying to so this is the all selected. So you see the all selected is still doing the same thing. So now, if you remember, it returns all the values and all the rows in the table, ignores the filter. There's no filtering going on here. But the only difference between the all function and the all selected is that, what was that thing again? It's you can remind me. It allows for filters that are outside. Okay, so if I come here to my here to here over this outside filter and select for 2011, you see there's a change. Okay, there's a change. But the change is all true. 2011 is appearing with the same value. So it's ignoring this filter, the filter that's inside the table, returning all the values, but only for filters that are outside this table. Only for filters that are outside. That's why it is recurring over and over and over again. So you can apply filters. So what this means now, the implication of this is that the implication of this 10,595,490 is that it has filtered. What this value means is that this is the total revenue gotten, okay, in 2011. Total revenue gotten for all product categories, for all product, for all region, for all. Let's put region here, Seth. Let's check. Let's go to geography table and put region. Why is it not entering? Okay. So I've selected it now. So this is the sale for all product category for the year 2011 for the region, for just central. I can add east here or west. So the difference between the all selected, that it returns all the rows in the value and value in the column, but allows for filters that are outside. Okay. So these are just the use cases now for the all selected function, the all selected, yes, filter function. Okay. Any question before I go? Okay, so we have how many minutes left? Let me see if I can touch some of these things. I wrote something. The next function out. So back to our question. The scenario now. Say we want to keep. I've shown you what the all function and the all selected function does. So keep filters. Let me check this. Okay, so I said, how do we say if we want to compare, a particular category to another category? How do we do that? We use, this. This is still the calculate we used, equals rural. All right, but this is not what we want. We just want to have a comparison. Okay, so that's where I said you can use the keep filter. So the keep filter. So what the keep filter does, I think I cancel that keep filter. Let me copy this formula, copy, and use the keep filter now. So create a new measure here. New measure. So I paste it here. Only that I write keep filter. Hey, no, I'm supposed to change it. Let me write this again. So this is what the keep filter does. So this business scenario is that we're trying to compare rural to urban or mix to urban. Okay, I've used rural enough. Let me use mix. Just for us to understand it better. So I use the keep filter. So an expression. So see the keep filter now, it changes the calculate and calculate table filtering function semantics. So when, unlike all of these that were ignoring all the filter function, they were ignoring, all ignored, returned all the values, all selected, ignored, returned all the values, and but allowed for filters outside, if filter outside. See what the keep filter does now. So we say, we want to filter just for mix product category. So product category, where product category equals to, okay, where product category equals to mix. All right. I will click on, okay, let's finish up with our parentheses. So if we bring this into our visual now, what did I just click? Okay, mix. So you see exactly. So we want to make a comparison with mix and our total revenue. So let me bring this mix up forward here to this place. All right. So you see, we can now have a comparison. All right. But what it did now is that it changed the filtering semantics in the sense that it returned only for mix. All right. So it overrode this filter context here, the inner filter context here, and just provided for mix. So that's what the keep filter does. So just again to drive the point home, the use case is that to be able to do this, the use case is that you just use it to visualize, your sales based on category or based on product, based on region, based on anything. Just have a visual feel of it. Okay. Before you talk about visualizing in graphs and the likes. So that's what the keep filter does. Any question? Are we good? Do we understand? Okay. Let me check what I have next here. Okay, so there's a function called. So let's see if we can. Let's see if we want to do. Let's check if, for example, we want to know the total percentage of um, individual categories here. I did that here. Okay, I think I've removed it. So there's a function called divide. Okay, there's a function called divide, and this is how it is. Let me write. I want to see the percentage of the total pool here individually for each categories. So the percentage of this revenue 872 to the total. All right. I think there's a lot of filters here. A lot of, okay. Come to my product. Select all. Okay. So say we want to calculate the total percentage, the sharing percentage of individual categories. This is how we go about it. All right. So that means the percentage here will be the revenue for accessory divided by the total, the revenue for mixed divided by the total, the revenue for rural divided by the total, the revenue for urban divided by the total, and the revenue for youth category divided by the total. All right. So we have the total revenue already. Okay. So that means it's the total revenue divided by this total. Okay, so this is how we're going to use using the filter functions. So I have my total revenue already. Okay, and then I want to calculate the sum of sales for all categories using the all function. This is what I'm going to do. So I'll say new measure. So this is the application of the all function now, and see how it will apply the filter. So I'll say revenue all category. I'm using the filter function now, revenue or category. Okay. So now calculate. All right. It evaluates an expression. And let me just, this is a bonus now. Most of the time, so expression is always a measure. 98% of the time, your expression is always a measure. So what is the measure we're trying to calculate here? The revenue. All right. So we say revenue. So click on tab. So the filter now is, so remember the all function. I want to use the all function now. This is an application of the all function. The all function, what does the all function do? It returns all the value, all right, and all the rows, ignoring the current filter context. So that's what the all function does. So we put the product category, all right. I click OK. So we have a measure here. We've created a measure revenue for all categories. So this is how we find the total percentage. So I come over to my facts table and create a new measure again using the divide. So I'll call this percentage revenue. When you go over this video again, just go over it over and over and again. I think you would be able to get it completely. So I'll use the divide function here. Let's see what the divide does. So the divide takes a numerator, denominator, or an alternate result. When you see the square bracket here, it means the argument is optional. So save function with ability to handle divide by 0 case. So what's my numerator? My numerator is the revenue. Okay. Revenue. What's my denominator? My denominator is what did I just create? Revenue or category. Okay. Using the all function, revenue or category. All right. So I close the parenthesis. It's going to return individual percentage for the categories compared to the overall pool. So let's see what this has for us in store. I created percentage. Okay, percentage revenue. I come over here. Okay, so you can see it has given us the percentage revenue. So we can come over to format it. General percentage. So change it to percentage. Okay, change it to percentage. She has given us the percentage. Let me check my revenue. Let me format this revenue here to which format will be this now? English, United States. Should have a currency value. It makes more sense. All right. So this is for the revenue category. So what this total percentage, the denominator that I just calculated, the all function, I apply the all function here. Remember, the all function returns all the rows and values, but ignores the current filter context. So what it did here, the all, I don't have all here. Revenue all. Okay. Just the way this revenue all here. Okay, I already have rural all. All right, I already had one. So just the way this, it ignored the filter context for this rural all and brought out all the total. It brought out all the revenue without being filtered. So the calculation that, let me explain, let me explain the revenue all. So what let me explain this syntax here now. So the all, it appeared like this. So it was dividing the revenue, $5.99 million divided by 65.54 to give us this. This to give divided by this to give us this. So you see where the all function comes in handy now. So the all function, okay, the all function, it ignored all the filter context here and returned all of this. So behind the scene, the back end, this is what happened. It returned all of this and it started dividing. If you see my division now, okay, it returned all of this. Now let's take a look at my division. Let's take a look at my division here. You see the divide function, the revenue, this is the numerator divided by the revenue or category where the all function is. So the revenue, okay, there was a filter context here. So it's dividing this by this, dividing this by this, by this, and returning the respective percentage. So that's where the all function comes in handy if you are visualizing on a table. Okay. So do we understand up to this point? I know it must have been an exhaustive one. Any response? Are we still in the class? Or we're having a burnout?
It's just to watch the video because my head now.
Okay, any
Tell me.
question? Any
I
question? I know I've
understood you, but
explained a lot. Comments? Another question before we call it a day? All right. So, or drop it in the Telegram group chat. Reach out to your mentors and admin. Thank God she's here. So anything, just reach out, and we do our best to reach out and respond on time. All right. So ensure you finish with the attendance, because I'll be ending the call in the next couple of minutes.
All right. Thank you very much, sir, for today's class.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All
When
right.
we watch the video, definitely ask questions.
Ask questions. So. All right. I'll be
Sir,
glad to.
sorry, hold on. Please, another thing. Please, can the video for today's class be uploaded like tomorrow so that we can be able to watch the video before the Sunday class? That way we'll be able to
Okay.
ask questions before, like, when we come for the next class.
Okay. All right. Admin, any response to that?
Yeah, I'll follow up on that. But you just need to be checking the YouTube page because I'm
Okay.
not posting the link anymore. So we can be active on the YouTube page. So
Okay, you
please
heard
be
that right.
checking the YouTube page and to be posted there. But I'll try and follow up. Please, instructor, if you just drop me the topic so I can just post it on the link where it will be uploaded.
Okay, it's still the same topic. Filter function. The last one I gave, filter function continued. I was not able to cover it, and maybe next class I'll just dive into something else, because DAX is really long, and you see how we're trying to understand it.
Okay.
So,
Is the
all right.
consideration of the last
Yes,
topic?
it's the continuation of the last one. The continuation of the last one.
That's fine. Thanks
All
so
right.
much. Alright.
You're welcome. You guys have a wonderful weekend. Okay, we'll catch. Please just try and practice.
I think someone has a
Practice.
question. Mary Jane.
All right.
No. I don't have a question. No, like I already,
Oh,
like Miss
okay.
Precious, I already like got what you were saying. Like my request was, I always check the YouTube page. My request is that can the video be uploaded like so that very early tomorrow, as against maybe
Eh,
Sunday that we'll see the video. That was my request.
yeah, I will try and update
Thank
you
you.
guys on. But yeah, but we'll be having a joint class on Sunday. So maybe our class for Sunday might be earlier.